All right, so this is the Squat Max MD. We got this against some band tension. Nothing too crazy. I want to move these fairly explosively. How explosive can you move? You want to have maximal intent with submaximal weights. It could be anywhere from, on the low end, 30 to 40% of your maximum squat capacity. And on the high end, if you're not using band tension, you could be upwards of 70%. Usually anywhere from 3 to 5 repetitions. And we're looking for somewhere between 20 and 30 total repetitions. So things like 8 sets of 3, 10 sets of 2, 5 by 5, 6 sets of 4. And you can kind of adjust the scheme accordingly. But I can kind of adjust my stance here. Pause in the bottom, drive up, and again I'm getting that good quad and glute engagement, driving through, popping. I can again use the handles for balance or just a hands-free version. And then with these are going to be kind of short rest periods. Could be 30 seconds, could be a minute, depending on how heavy you're going. And then the other thing I can kind of do here is just kind of get some traction for my back. I could also attach a deadlift handle or like just a straight bar to this and kind of do sumo deadlifts. I could do conventional deadlifts if it's a longer bar. So there's a lot of versatility, but again, with the belt squat, with the Squat Max MD specifically, it's from Brian Hennessy. We're having the pull straight down, so there's no kind of shear on the low back. So this is the most low back friendly version that you could do of a belt squat. Not always so concerned with going like ass to grass or super low on these. More important that I'm kind of explosive coming up. And as long as you're kind of close to parallel, I think that's okay. If you are getting ready for a powerlifting meet, or your goal is to kind of build up your squat, build up your quads, then I can take a little bit more of a closer stance and get my hamstring to cover my calf. But in a dynamic effort scenario, I'm trying to kind of build more hip power and just power in general. Wider stance, typically advised, and then not really worried about extreme ranges of motion here. But again, I'm opening up, putting pressure more on the outside of the heel by keeping the big toe down and then driving through. And this is a little bit on the lighter side for me, but again, my main focus is the strict curl for this phase. And I'm just trying to maintain some power and strength and development in my legs for the next several weeks. People don't realize how much lower body power is required, even for just something like a strict curl. At the higher level competitions, you're also going to get dinged for knee movement, so it's really important that your legs are engaged, so your upper back and glutes stay in contact with the wall, as well as just getting that good initial connection to the floor and initial push. So I think dynamic effort squatting and pulling exercises, whether it be a deadlift, an Olympic lift variation, or like I said, in Bruce Knox's case, he recommends that snatch grip high pull. I'll kind of show a version of that in a minute. So probably the next time I do these, I'll add some weight. This is the first time doing a slightly wider stance. With the risers, it's a little bit less band tension, a little bit easier. I only have about 90 pounds of bar weight on here, but quite a bit of band tension. So certainly on the lighter side for me. I've squatted 900 pounds in competition before. I've done 705 in just a belt. So while I'm not at that strength right now, this is still a pretty low percentage, but I'm more concerned with that quick turnaround and power right now. So I'm gonna do one more set of these and then show you guys some pulls, and then we're gonna go into the next exercise. Again, today's video, we're gonna focus mainly on supplemental exercises, but I'll also kind of share some of my top sets as well. All right, so the next dynamic effort exercise that I'm going to go over today is the snatch grip high pull. So I've been kind of experimenting with these with actually a little bit lighter weights. Also, my feeling is for strict curl specifically, like my goal is 185 for the competition, so I don't really see, in my opinion, just in my brain, I always think about like kind of the absolute poundages of things, the risk reward profile and things like that nature. So even if I can do, like I said, my best conventional deadlift is around 650 pounds. I recently did 606 for a triple. So that's kind of like where my pulling power is right now at like my top end. But it's so far away from it, so it exceeds my capacity for what I'm doing at the strict curl. Like recently I did 170 pounds beltless. I recently did a single at 172 pounds with the belt. So I'm kind of sticking with the pulls to be more submaximal. So a lot of the weights are going to be under 185, and I'm working more on power and turnover. So this is like a lightweight. I'll usually warm up with this. I'm not going to do, I don't do this exercise on this particular day, so I'm just going to kind of show you some of the form. But essentially I'm going to use a wider grip, hip hinge, and then kind of explode through, and I'm trying to transfer the force through my lower body into my arms and kind of get in that internally rotated position. So I'm also using some traps, shoulders, rear delts, those sorts of things, because those muscles are heavily involved in the strict curl. And I've also been kind of experimenting with this movement, slightly lighter loads with an underhand grip, because it's, again, very specific to the strict curl as well. So I'm going to be here, again, wider grip, deadlift the weight up, and then I'm going to be here, I'm going to make contact, and then kind of explode through. So I'm not really kind of doing these like a weightlifter would. I'm just trying to get some hip extension and then transfer. So it's a little bit more of like a muscle pull and kind of just a really explosive kind of upright row. And I could do the same thing with the competition bar. This is a straight bar, it's a little bit harder, but I could do the same thing with a competition grip. I wouldn't do this with a straight bar. I would use the easy bar for this. So again, I'm in that internally rotated position, elbows out, shoulders up, and that's going to help me transition to the strict curl. I could also do power curls as well. I don't personally, I think that's going to mess up the pattern a little bit, but some people will also do some power curls. But the reason I haven't been doing that is that it kind of encourages you to swing the weight out, which is not the technique that I'm personally trying to use. I'm trying to keep the bar nice and close to my body. So for the pulls specifically, I'm sticking with the snatch grip, high pull, and if I'm doing an underhand grip with like an easy bar, I can also do those supinated as well. So those are kind of like my two exercises outside of curls with chains. I've also played with curls with bands. I haven't kind of quite found the right setup for those yet, but those two exercises outside of just dynamic effort curls with chains have been good for improving power. This is the one I need to work on a little bit more. And then again, the belt squat I'm a little bit more familiar with, being a power lifter since 2006 using dynamic effort squats. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna do my main movement, and I'm gonna show you some of my secondary lifts where we're focused on increasing our back strength as well as the leg strength, and with a little bit of twist for the strict curl.
I was the one last night.
Oh, you were the actual...
Yeah, I was the actual murderer last night. So it was like, oh, I said, I think you guys, I said, I just want everybody to know I was typecast. You know?
That sounds like fun. You have to tell us when you are next participating.
No, it won't, yeah. I mean, they got one other show today, this afternoon, but it's, you know, it's sold out.
Oh.
So they do it, and they donate all the money to charity.
There's 6 grandkids. Always ask them to come.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very...
So I want you guys to keep your eyes closed. This is one of the most overlooked things that you could do for getting ready for a competition, is work on your imagery, work on the visualization, work on the mental side of training. The more you rehearse the movement, the more you're gonna ingrain those motor pathways, those neural pathways, and you're gonna be more successful when you get to your meet. So close your eyes, take yourself to the venue where you're competing, visualize your setup, visualize the execution of the lift, and visualize your success during the lift. And as you get ready for the workout today, as you get ready for your top sets, before you approach the bar, before you hit the chalk bowl, again, visualize your setup, the execution of the lift, and your success during the lift. As you continue to breathe, make these images more vivid, more colorful in your head as you get ready for the workout today. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to need to just help put the weight on.
Squat. Up. Rack.
Good. Just keep going down. Don't fish for the bottom, okay? Squat, kind of pause. Wait a second. over. Babe, before you go, can you just show Randy the chest supported rowing machine? I just want him to do that. Yeah, so after you, yeah. So the other girl's gonna join you guys. We're gonna take the bar 2 times, 2 sets of 5. Yeah, just technique practice. Check, check. All right, what's going on, all? All right, so we're doing a little recap here. Still trying to figure out the best way to do this. Apologize. All right, so I always say that coach first, athlete second, influencer third. So hopefully this comes out okay and this is well received. Again, if you do like this style of vlog, please share it. Please comment. Again, I'm not so active with the YouTube comments, but share it. You know, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Pretty active there. Also, I'm sharing this stuff in the Strict Curl Superheroes Facebook group as well. We do have some other announcements coming soon. May 31st, myself, Bruce Knox, Paul Balsey, TC, we're putting together with the folks at 100% Raw. We're going to do a Mid-Atlantic Pro qualifier. So our best lifters are going to earn a pro card, which allows you to earn pro status in the 100% Raw division. So if you're a tested lifter, if you're a natural drug-free lifter, we're going to be giving you some opportunities for pro status. It's not going to be the main focus of what we do, but I want to kind of do it for my wife and also help the community out. And Bruce Knox is a good friend. John Cooper is a good friend. I've been getting friendly with Bossy as well and the guys at Raw. So we want to support and just allow for more opportunities for you guys to compete. Again, my main focus for RPS powerlifting is still going to be the powerlifting, and we're building up the strict curl. So we have tested and untested divisions. So if you are someone that's on TRT, or you have some sort of other kind of medical reason for not being a natural athlete, that's totally cool. And also if you're an equipped lifter, that's kind of my main thing, is to give an outlet for those equipped lifters, those RAPS lifters, and allow you guys and girls to use the monolift for safety and for performance. So that's really what I'm big on. And I think strict curl is a really great avenue. I haven't been able to really train for powerlifting since I moved, so this has been a really great outlet for me. But anyways, I just want to kind of recap the video. At the time of this recording, I'm hoping that the Mid-Atlantic Pro Qualifier will be on Lifting Cast. All our other meets are on the Revolution Powerlifting website. Our next strict curl event for RPS is going to be on July 12th. It's the East Coast Curl. And then we're going to do August of Arms, annual August of Arms. I believe it's August 2nd, I believe. It's the first weekend in August. That's at our HQ in Farmingdale. And then the East Coast Curl is at our Milton location in Delaware. And then the Mid-Atlantic qualifier, the Mid-Atlantic Pro Qualifier for Raw will be May 31st. Also going to be a clinic attached to that as well. So you guys saw some dynamic effort work. You also saw some secondary exercises. I've been playing around with Zercher squats just to kind of get some squat pattern in. Also, my idea is to condition my biceps and elbows to support some more weight. You saw me doing some underhand shrugs. You saw me doing some underhand rows. So your traps and back are really important in that initial kind of pull for the strict curl for that type of technique. Also conditioning my hands a little bit. You saw some heavy takeouts. And then also you saw some underhand front raises, as well as some underhand upright rows / high pulls. So all those are going to be good exercises for building up your back, your legs, your traps. So those are going to be good outside of just biceps and forearms. I haven't been doing a lot of direct forearm work just because I have stubby Italian fingers and I tend to get beat up, but that's, I feel like, is a weakness. So I kind of have to figure out how I'm going to deal with that. I have been doing some hanging as well. So dynamic effort belt squats, dynamic effort snatch grip high pulls and or deadlifts would be a good idea. But definitely just including some leg training I think is a good idea for strict curl. And then prioritizing, I would say, back and shoulder / I think trap is kind of like, you know, some people put it in the shoulder category, some people put it in the back category, but you know, back, shoulders, and traps outside of biceps and forearms are going to be really good to kind of improve. Again, if you think about kind of that motion, kind of an upright row, you're kind of working your side delt, traps, front delts, etc. So I think just getting the shoulder strong, getting the bicep strong, getting your overall back, your lats, rear delts, mid-back traps strong is going to be a good idea. So I'm using Zercher squats and conventional deadlifts as like kind of my main kind of lower body training, just using submaximal weights, doing things like RDLs and back extensions as well. And I do think also just the underhand shrugs, underhand rows, just to get more comfortable in like a supinated position is a good idea just for like kind of joint health and all that stuff. So anyways, that's the next episode for Climb to 185. I did a PR on the Boss Bar, 162 pounds. It's pretty close to my personal best. I think that might be a PR. I don't think I've ever done 165 for a triple. So I think 167 is my all-time PR before kind of some injuries and things like that. So 162 is pretty, I have to check some of my records, but I'm pretty sure if it's not an all-time PR, it's very close to an all-time PR, so I'm building some momentum. And then I did 184 for a double, started to get a little fatigued, got a little out of position, so I just cut it there. And then I did some heavy holds, I believe, at 187. So my grip is getting better, building some momentum, building some confidence. So pretty excited. So got some momentum behind me. I'm still kind of figuring out my schedule. My diet hasn't been the best. My stress hasn't been the best. My sleep hasn't been the best. But I have been having fun training, and I have some momentum behind me. So I'm excited for the rest of the climb for 185. April 26th, I'll be competing. I'm not sure like how I'm going to finish up some of these vlogs moving forward. I might just do something like this where I recap after, because I really want to focus on the training. So that's something. Anyways, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please share it. Please comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, stay strong, and we'll see you soon.